everyone, and welcome to Gehenna Gaming, where we tell dark stories and support inclusive gaming. That was really excited to say that sentence. And welcome to Strixhaven After the Fall. I am April, your DM for this game. You can find me everywhere as April Raygun. And before we begin, let's introduce the cast. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice, around the internet, and I am playing Kumo, wordsmith Renar.
Next we have
singer extraordinaire.
Blade Singer. I can't. You're gonna destroy everything. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. You can find me online at Miss Petty Dreadful. Tonight I am playing Safka Patrick, and she is a bard.
Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin at VinVox8, and I'll be playing Cynthia from Calda.
Wes.
Hi, I'm Wes. I am the founder and creative director of Caring Cover Studios, and I am very excited to say for this show, I will be playing Kell Ballum, Warlock.
And Bully.
Hey, I'm Bully. I run Table Goth. Tonight I'm playing Manuka, honey. She's an artificer.
And before we start, just a couple quick things. Gehenna Gaming is sponsored by Die Hard Dice, Session Zero Clothing, and 1985 Games. Make sure to check out the links in chat and use code Gehenna at checkout to save 10% on dice, TTRPG clothing, and wonderful gaming accessories from our friends at these companies. There is a content warning for this game. It's, I forgot to write that. I just saw the note that I have to write that. Content warning. Adult situations, drinking, love. I was doing so good. But we'll be posting
What you
a full
don't have to
content
worry about
warning
is
soon in the chat.
professionalism.
So check
It'll be
out
in
the
the chat.
chat. I'll put the full content warning in the chat. I'm going to make a note that I'm going to make sure that we have that for next time. And that was all. So we will begin our game now. Oh God, why did they let me do this?
Because you're very talented. Continue.
Okay. So, everyone, are we ready to start?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful morning on Strixhaven campus. Birds are singing, the sun is shining, the air smells of warmed baked goods as the Strixhaven dining hall prepares for the rush. Each of you wake up and start getting ready for your first day of school, of your second year Strixhaven. Just not all of you in your own rooms. But we'll get to that later. First, let's give our viewers a little bit of background. Strixhaven is the go-to school for all magic on all planes. It exists in its own plane, which is said to be filled with the most kinds of magic. People from everywhere. And when I say everywhere, all the planes, all the planets, everywhere come to Strixhaven to learn. But something happened. It's been 6 months since the Battle of Strixhaven. The evil Murgaxor almost accomplished his mission to destroy the school and take control of all magic. But in the final moments, it is said that the Strixhaven Five were able to defeat him. But not before he was able to cause massive amounts of destruction to the school's property, including the loss of many lives. Each of you were there, and if you check out our Session Zeros, you'll see what our students did in their time off of school and how they handled the Battle of Strixhaven. But that was then, and today's a new day. It's the first day back for all of you since you were in the battle. Each of you experiencing something different. Yesterday you were brought back to Strixhaven, given your rooms and the ability to decorate and update as needed. You received a letter this morning, wherever you have awoken, informing you that you are expected to attend Strixhaven orientation at 11 a.m. sharp at the Archway Commons. And you need to leave right now if you're going to make it. Strixhaven's a huge campus. So each student, currently in your own school's campus, and I think we'll start with Bully. Manuka, you wake up in your dorm in Quandrix. Tell us and our viewers a little bit about Manuka and what your room looked like.
Manuka, honey, is an artificer, and her room absolutely reflects that. It's a mix of like an artificer's workshop with all sorts of little little tinkering objects, some baubles and whatnot, but also looks like a Jersey garage. It's just like a nice mix. It's very like blue collar artificer. Um, Being a gnome, everything's down a little bit lower too. But she makes use of all that extra height for storage because she has Beelzebub, her large what are the things called? Automaton. Her bee themed, we'll call it robot. It's bigger and can often be found walking around, helping move things around. A lot of times she'll just sort of grab onto it and like let it drag her to different places of the workshop. Anything that could be done by a machine in this place is being done by a machine. Not necessarily effectively. It might not really make something easier, but like if she could find a machine to like fill her mug, she'll spend days creating something to do that when she really could just like pour it herself because it's cooler that way, right? So there's just so much just noise and cacophony and stuff going on in here. It's chaos, but it's her chaos, and she's very at home in this sort of nonsense. But I assume some sort of alarm type device would be letting her know, reminding her that she has to leave post haste to get to orientation, is it?
Yes, orientation in the Archway Commons.
Okay.
And since you are second years, you all know that you have to be at orientation precisely on time, or else you will not be let in, and it could go on your record.
The temptation's real to test that rule. Like half the fucking school's destroyed, half the students are dead, they're gonna be kicking me out because I'm a couple minutes late. You're right. But also, Manuka does take this a lot more seriously than she lets on, so she will be on time. Throwing on, probably still a little greasy, little dirty from tinkering with things, but putting herself together because she doesn't care about her looks, right? She does a lot, but she pretends like she doesn't. It's one of those like perfectly like it's the leathers and some of the tools and stuff that looks like, oh, I just walked right out of my shop, but everything's has a place to give an idea. She wants people to know she doesn't care, which means she does care. But yeah.
Usually.
She'll be
give us a little bit of a description of what Manuka looks like. We have this amazing art by Len, as you can see next to everyone's name. You do see their character art, but give us a little information about Manuka's look.
Manuka is technically a rock gnome, though a mix between that, her parents are that, and a deep gnome. So she has sort of a bit of that tint to her skin. Purple hair. She also is missing a hand, which she has sort of an artificer device on that most of the time is like a metal actual hand, but it's easily replaced with different tools and weapons and things like that. Awesome. That sort of blends in. She's very much has a theme. Everything is purple and black. There's not a single thing on her that is not purple and or black. And her robot, her guardian, her Beelzebub, is always being tinkered with, is always looking a little different, but generally is like this large, roundish. It was just a really practical, sort of almost egg-shaped machine that was to help do labor, but now it has like these little like drills on the hands for mining and things like that. Little wings on the back that she grabs onto because she uses it like a mount most of the time. Because why walk somewhere where you can show up in style on a robot? So that's what she'll be doing.
Okay. So then as you're rolling out on your bee, I keep wanting to call it Beedrill. It's not Beedrill.
Close.
Catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. You make your way through Quandrix's campus. And it's a little bit destroyed. Buildings everywhere are still in ruin. They have gotten most of the rubble off of the sidewalks and out of your way, but as you look around, things are falling apart still. And you're making your walk down the campus, the same path you've taken many a time as you've checked out Quandrix. You knew you were going to be in this school. And you notice something. Well, let's see if you do. Roll a perception check for me. First roll the game. Don't mess it up.
16.
16.
Bad.
You for sure notice this. The path is not shortening. You're continuing to move forward, and nothing changes.
Like some sort of illusion type situation?
Maybe. You are moving. And the scenery next to you is moving as you would expect it to, just the path is not getting there.
If something's weird with this path, we're gonna make our own path. We're gonna have Beelzebub, instead of taking the road or the pathway, the sidewalk, gonna have it just take a hard left. Let's see if we can cut through the rubble and see if it's this whole area of the thing or something to do with this actual path.
So, as you take a hard left, you realize you're making your way straight into the Arithmodrome. Now, as a Quandrix student, you would know the Arithmodrome is a living sculpture that is a cube-shaped fountains with arching aqueducts that flow through the air and towers of solid-seeming water. But you would also know a big secret about this place is that from the outside it looks like a large cube of water, but on the inside it is a boundless theory space that suspends the rules of reality. And with that 16, you could start to formulate that the Arithmodrome is leaking space-time. So...
Leak.
Yes.
That's a term I understand. Manuka could fix a leak, right? Let's figure out where the hell this leak is.
Okay,
Let's plug a hole.
I love this. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
19.
Damn. Okay. With a 19. The great thing about having a bee mech is it can fly. And you're able to get just high enough to see from the corner of one of the edges of the Arithmodrome. The water is just spraying out sideways as the energy is leaking out of it.
Spraying sideways. That happens sometimes if you don't do what you need to do afterwards. Okay. I'm gonna go through my tools. I'm gonna open like a little hatch on Beelzebub where I keep some extra tools. Is this anything within the scope of me being able to contain or patch?
I'm going to say, because that was your initial reaction, yes, you will be able to patch this enough to get on your way.
Yeah, it'll be a mix of like what most of Manuka does. It's a mix of like actual physical work as well as some liberal use of the mending spell as she goes about doing her thing.
So what are you using to fix this hole? Like, what is the material?
I think that probably what's the barrier made out of? Was this like a dome or is it water you said?
A solid wall of water.
How do I fix that? The closest thing we got to use our own liquids. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of grease patch this.
You're gonna use grease. Okay, grease. Yes, you have grease.
Yeah.
Grease will totally work. With your mending
It's
spell.
the closest thing I got.
Grease. What does your mending spell look like? What does the magic look like and radiate around you as you're casting mending to mend grease and water?
So yeah, changing out the hand for a little almost like tube device with a little pump on it that she'll use to like take some of the extra like grease and oil from Beelzebub, squirt it on this thing, while with the other hand sort of doing the fine-tuning work to cast mend while she applies the actual physical poultice to this thing. Mending probably will look like almost like welding, where it's like little sparks of magic, but just consistent light that's happening. And she drops the goggles and sort of almost like holds some of this water still, slaps some of this stuff off, and almost like just goes around the edges of it to do that, hold it in place. You're muted.
I am muted. You are able to, with your incredible skill and quick thinking, mend this hole and patch it with enough grease that the water does not blow it away. And the mending spell is pretty much holding the grease in place, as water now shoots around it and covers up the hole.
It'll do for now. I need to get where I'm going. Look, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
You are now soaked, but able to now make your way down the path and head towards the Archway Commons.
Excellent.
And we'll move on. Kell. You are in your dorm room in Witherbloom when you get the instructions that you need to be Archway Commons at 11 a.m. for orientation. Tell us more about your room and your character.
So Kell's room it's in the Witherbloom Commons, so it's a lot. There's a lot of like natural, like there's like a lot of wood, natural fixtures, sconces, things of that nature. It's almost like the room is built into like a tree. Inlaid shelves, a desk that comes out of the wall with chairs. It's pretty Spartan, except for there's a bundle of Kell specifically requested a average humanoid size bed. Did not want a bed that was for the size of a halfling. I think it's important to note that Kell is a halfling. Kell is 2 foot 11 inches tall. Kell has black hair that is slicked back, close cropped, and is getting on an outfit similar to the one I'm wearing, a banded collar shirt, a vest, but is double-breasted, unlike mine, and then a leather coat that is not quite duster length, but it is. It comes down to like mid-thigh, that has large lapels on Kell and has many pockets on the inside. And then you finally see them put on a small bird necklace. It seems like it was a baby corvid at one point, and puts it on and touches it, and it has a bit of a glow to it. Then looks about the room, and you can see it's covered in books. Kell has a habit of checking out books at the library and then returning them and then sneaking them out without anybody noticing. There's also a menagerie of knickknacks, items that are on their shelves. Things like pocket watches, pebbles, necklaces, rings. You'll see Kell will sometimes repeatedly switch out the rings by the day and just kind of put them on. This is Kell's kind of hoard, a treasure trove, so to speak. These are things that Kell has found left behind at the school after their first year there. Kell has green eyes, pallid alabaster skin, painted nails. And the last thing that Kell grabs and puts in the pockets is you see them grab a rod that is about yay length, has a crystal at the end of it, twirls it in their hands, puts it in a side pocket, and then touches their finger to their forehead, as they are looking over some final notes, almost like a syllabus, sort of. And they're going to cast a encode thoughts, as you see Kell takes the finger and it almost scoops into the side of their temple, and they pull out a little orb, a memory, which is essentially notes, things of that nature, in case that they need to cheat later on a test, and puts it in another pocket where you see there are a few other thoughts that have been encoded and put in their pocket. And then they slip on their shoes that have a spiderweb pattern across them, take a deep breath, and they open their door and make their way out to the hall.
As Kell, you're walking. Witherbloom is built in the middle of a swamp, the Sedgemoor. It's a bayou that encompasses the Witherbloom campus and is known for a range of swamp creatures of all kinds. Many students go here, and it's not unusual to find students or things happening. Or really have to run for your life against a crocodile. Kell, you're very good at being sneaky. Roll me a stealth check, would you?
Of course, would love to. Let's see here. I also have a feature and trait because I'm a halfling, so I'm going to kind of pull that up there as well, just in case I need to use it.
Is it halfling luck?
Yeah. That is a 2, so I am going to utilize... Oh, that's a roll on a d20. A 1, so a 2. So we're going to add that plus my... It's a 5, so a 7. I'll take it.
Okay. You are not paying very much attention as you're walking through, and you step on something kind of squishy, and then take another step. Right as a zombie crocodile snaps on the tails of your jacket, locking in tight. What are you going to do?
Oh, bother. And you're going to see Kell stop and just look over their shoulder and go, now I know you, and you know me. We've done this dance before. And I think you're going to let go, or I'm going to absolutely ruin your morning. As you see, Kell starts forming a bit of energy in their hands, some glowing green energy in their hands. And seeing that the crocodile is not acquiescing, is going to use Eldritch Blast on it.
What does your
Right on the
Eldritch Blast
nose.
look like?
It looks like green energy that kind of forms and weaves, and you see like a bunch of weaves and strands coming out of their palm of their hand. And it launches out, and it looks like, if you are familiar with Spider-Man, it looks like a one of the web like cannon balls that Spider-Man would sometimes form, make a bunch of different webs, and then essentially make a softball-sized projectile. And it just launches, and it's got a lot of force behind it.
You launch point blank, and it boops the crocodile right on the nose just enough to release your coat. And as well as spitting out a bony arm.
Kell is going to pull a wrapped package that looks like Kell's like lunch that they'd prepared. It's like some salted meat they've had for a little bit, and is going to toss it to the zombie crocodile, and then is going to grab the bony arm and just break the arm off and just take the hand and replace it in their pocket.
You do that. The crocodile gladly accepts the treat, and as any wild animal that lives on campus, happily scampers away because it got a treat. At which point, Professor Macklin Spinewind, you've seen this professor before. They're an undead professor, rounds the corner. Have you seen my arm? That damn crocodile ate it again. Keeps taking my oh, you found it! As he runs up and picks up the part of arm that you have in your hand.
It seemed to have grabbed the hand, but I have the arm here for you.
Oh, why, thank you. That was very kind of you. And they put their arm back. Shouldn't you be in orientation?
I'm making my way there, but it's important to start your day ready, rejuvenated, so that you can work at peak performance for the rest of it.
Yes, it is. Then does that mean you're on your way to the dining hall? I'm very confused in where you're going then.
I'll see you in your classes, Professor.
Yes!
And Kell is just going to walk right by, all 2'11" of them.
And Professor Macklin turns around, now you! And is now berating this alligator for stealing his arm. Yet again.
Can I roll sleight of hand on the professor and see if I can grab some coins off of him?
Sure, go for it.
That is a natural one, so I'm going to utilize my halfling luck to reroll the d20.
About to say, you accidentally replaced their hand in their pocket.
Yeah. That is a natural 20, so I will take that.
With a natural 20 to pickpocket the undead professor at Macklin, you find some stuff. I did not think that you would try to steal from this poor professor.
I love stuff.
You do love stuff. You've made that quite clear. And you find 10 gold in his pocket, as well as a key, but you do not know where that key goes to.
That's fine by me. Kell is just going to count through the 10 gold and go, teacher's salary isn't really what they say it is it? And toss it up and catch it and put it in their coin pocket.
It really
and,
is. As with most
look at
schools,
the key.
Strixhaven needs to pay more.
Definitely. Yeah. And they'll happily make their way off whistling.
You easily continue your way through without any other interference yet. Safka,
Hello.
you're wrapping up your early morning practice because, of course, Safka would be
I'm up.
up already practicing in your room in Prismari. Please tell us a little bit about Safka and what her room looks like.
Yeah, so Safka is a half elf. She is very like slight build, like silver hair that's pulled back into a bun out of her face. Very sharp features. She's got some freckles though that kind of add a little bit of softness to her face. She is wearing essentially like a big kind of sweater over like a leotard and some bike shorts or something that she was be like practicing in to sort of like dance clothes. And her room, the floor is like a dance studio floor. Her bed's off to one side. She has a desk with these like neat stacks of music sheets. Some of them are songs that she is like rehearsing for things. Some are songs that she is like writing or working on. And then others are just like these blank set of sheets. And then the ceiling, she like wrote the note to have it customized back and forth to get the acoustics just right in the ceiling. So it's like vaulted a bit just to get that perfect. And yeah, so she would be up kind of fine tuning some things, probably going through and like literally tuning her violin to make sure that it is ready to go.
That's awesome. Sorry. One of my notes disappeared. It got weird. Safka, practicing, and it is, of course, flawless. You've done an amazing practice, and you feel great. And you know that you need to leave now. So, as you leave your room, you're cutting through Opus Walk, where you hear a familiar voice and an acoustic lute singing, mid-song, because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And it's your friend Milo, singing very loudly in Opus Walk. Now, he really wants to be your friend. Milo thinks that you're both going to be the next stars of this school. And you know that if Milo gets a hold of you, he's gonna try to talk your ear off about having another band.
He keeps bringing up a jam session, and she just
Milo really wants to jam.
throws up in her mouth a little bit.
So, as you know, Opus Walk houses hundreds of Prismari creations that are displayed that wind through the campus to get to Central Path. It has famous pieces of art, as well as lots of creative people just doing things there. And there's Milo with his ambush serenade. What do you do?
Does he see me?
No, you were unseen.
Okay, great. I am going to pick up the pace, take this from into take her walk into a higher tempo. She's walking like perfectly in time to whatever song is playing in her head, down the path, move a little quicker. Um, and I think try to take like a less direct route to see if she can like hide behind stuff. She really doesn't want to begin a conversation with him at all.
So you're trying to be stealthy, or are you going to use some magic to get around
I
this?
think I'm gonna get behind one of the like statues or pieces of art and then cast disguise self.
Okay, go for it. And what do you make yourself look like?
I am going to disguise self as maybe just like a professor.
Okay, that's not a problem at all. Is there any professor that you make yourself look like, or just general professor vibes?
Whichever one is like newer.
So, because of what happened in the Battle of Strixhaven, there are so many new professors. Pretty much all professors are newer. So you can, at this point, I'm giving you the option to make a professor, or you can just go for general professory vibes.
I think just general vibes of a person who looks like a teacher. Yeah.
Perfect. And are you going to walk straight in front of his performance then?
Yeah, I think just walk by as if I am minding my own business.
Please make a performance check.
Great. It's a 23.
You walk without a care in the world. No one at all would ever suspect you are not a professor. In fact, you have a few students stop you. Excuse me. Do you know how to get to, I think I'm on the wrong campus. Quandrix?
You're on the wrong campus, and you should be able to figure out how to get there on your own. And I'm just going to keep walking.
I'm sorry. As this student now is running in the other direction. And you successfully make it past Milo and are making good time to get to the Archway Commons. Kumo. You don't wake up in your bed in Silverquill, do you? Instead,
Kumo is probably somewhere else.
Kumo wakes up on the Rose stage. Rose Stage is a rotating circular platform on the Silverquill campus, and it has a backdrop of roses that are magically inked and set around. Has the best acoustics, and a lot of students perform here. Some of the pillars have been destroyed, and it's not in the best of shape, but last night there was a little party here. But to hide the party from any walkers by, a giant wall of roses has been constructed around Rose Stage, and you don't really see a way out right now. So, Kumo, tell us a little bit about yourself and what your room would be looking like if you woke up there today.
Kumo's room would be decorated with Kumo's trophies and accomplishments because Kumo thinks very highly of himself. Kumo also has several paintings that Kumo's admirers have painted of Kumo in various different positions that all show off Kumo on his best sides and angles. Kumo also has a very large bed for Kumo's potential company to join the Kumo at any given time. This is not Strixhaven regulated size bed, but the Kumo does what the Kumo does. Kumo is about 7 foot tall about 300 pounds. Kumo is very muscular, but not like Kumo is trying to go full on Dwayne the Rock Johnson or something like that. Uh, Kumo also wears basically magical girl clothing majority of the time. Kumo wears bows. Kumo wears bright pinks, purples. Um, he has purple skin, gold tattoos because the Kumo needs to make sure that everyone knows that the Kumo is special, and gold is the only way that Kumo can tell you. His hair is also a different shade of purple. Uh, and Kumo is, yes, photogenic would be a good word for it.
Kumo is very photogenic.
Oh, Kumo also carries a glowing purple blade that is made of gemstones and some other stone that glows because Kumo is magical.
Kumo is
And so is life.
very magical, yes. And Kumo is currently stuck on a stage that is slowly rotating, surrounded by a wall of flowers, roses. Sorry. What would Kumo like to do?
Kumo knows that every rose has its thorn, so Kumo is going to carefully cut his way out of this mess because Kumo prefers to keep Kumo's clothes in perfect condition.
Roll an attack against this wall of roses, please.
Okay. The Kumo will follow what you just said.
Thank you, Kumo.
Wait a second. The Kumo should blade sing before Kumo starts to attack.
Okay, if you're gonna blade sing, what does a blade sing look like? What's it look like as Kumo pulls out his beautiful pink sword?
The Kumo takes his sword out of its sheath. The Kumo sings a little song to it. The song is for later. You all will understand it when it happens. The blade starts to glow, and the Kumo attacks. It would help if the Kumo had a blade on his character sheet. I thought I did.
It's all good. Kumo woke up not in his room. Gotta get acquaint, figure out where he is.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Oh, while we're at it, the Kumo cast Green Flame Blade just in case.
Ooh. So you have a pink glowing sword flaming with green flames.
And it's a 17.
A 17 easily hits a wall made of roses as you start cutting your way through. Roses are flying around you. It is a beautiful magical girl anime moment as roses are just flying around you and beautiful sparks of green and pink go flying, and you make it through as an
Kumo grabs a rose as it flies through the air, tucks it daintily behind his ear before the Kumo continues.
and the Kumo continues down their way as you hear another student wake up. What happened to my wall? And then rolls over and falls back asleep.
You can continue to wonder about your wall.
And Kumo, you are now on your way to Archway Commons. Next, we come to Cynthia. Finn, tell us a little about Cynthia and what their room in Lorehold would look like.
So, Cynthia's room looks like an uncompleted library. Each wall is just a shelf from floor to ceiling. And for some reason, there's some books she requested that were checked in but not there anymore. So she has to look into that for some reason. But right now, she's piling books on like old structures that were destroyed, old maps, for her own personal reasons and possibly a campaign to remember what we had lost a couple days ago. So that's what she's up to. It's a mess, other than the bookshelves and stuff, papers, scrolls, what have you.
And tell us a little bit, what does Cynthia look like?
She's tabaxi with cream fur, a little on the heavier side. She's super fluffy and with just a nice cheesy smile, as you can see in our lovely art. Thank you, Lynn.
And Cynthia, are you alone?
uh, there's a little scuttling and shuffling every couple seconds. Somewhere in that paper is her familiar, a weasel named Cinnamon.
I love Cinnamon. And you are in the midst of going through books and figuring things out as you realize you should leave right now if you're going to make it to the Archway Commons. And you go running out of your room. I'm sure papers go flying and trailed behind you in a very comical way. And as you're leaving Lorehold, Lorehold is the college about remembrance and history. And they have Effigy Row that leads out of Lorehold, which held the statues of some of the greatest heroes and mages and magicians and wizards the worlds have ever seen. Most of those are gone now, as there are students of Lorehold who have been there, past and present, are now trying to recreate what used to be there. And you can't help but feel a little bit sad that all that history is now gone. All those great buildings, all those people, in just a very short moment. And you come in front of a statue that used to be one of your favorites, but it's mostly destroyed. Roll me a history check to see if you can remember what it was.
Cool. Let's see. Eh? 21.
With a 21, not only do you remember Froki the Indexer, a dwarfen woman from the College of Lorehold who single-handedly held the line with her scroll machine gun that shot spells and saved the college on her own many, many years before. But you also remember perfectly at least 3 statues on either side of her, and will be able to help rebuild this. So you can feel a little bit at peace at heart that you will be able to help them rebuild. And you keep going. There are, of course, other students arguing, and you can then point out that statue to them if you'd like, as they're arguing about who this statue belongs to.
Debate is healthy, and she's running late, so she's just gonna let them have their conversation.
And you run past the bridge, making a mental note to come back and help out with the reconstruction. As all 5 of you come up to the Archway Commons at about the same time and see each other. For the first time since that day when you all noticed each other at the battle for just a second. What do you say to each other as you're now in a group on your way to finishing the last leg of the journey to Archway Commons?
You catch me right as I drop this guy's self.
Hello. Kumo is glad to see you all alive. Kumo was wondering if you all made it out safely.
It's no bother. No bother at all. Do you need some help? You seem like you are a bit damp. I'm going to point to Manuka.
You're talking to me? That's the first thing you're going to say to me and walk up to me and say I look damp? Listen, sweetie. No, just no. I'm flattered. but no, I'm not like these other girls. And I'll kind of give a side glance to Safka, where you could just walk up, say a thing, have your sort of dark, mysterious brooding. That shit doesn't work on me. All right, we're cut from very different cloths.
That shit doesn't work on me either. I've just
Oh,
met
I'm
you.
sure it doesn't.
I think
Kumo
it was
is
just
intrigued.
Why are you taking an attitude with me?
confused.
I just met you.
Please, I was just offering some help. That's it. If you would like.
Oh, you can help me out with that. You're just like, I swear to God,
I just need your permission.
I'm watching you. Officially, you're watched. Consider yourself on the list.
Kumo is confused about lists when I don't see a book in your hands.
Who is Kumo? Is that your name?
I
I'm pointing to
am Kumo.
Kell. You're confused about something?
No, I'm
Oh.
not Kumo. We started off on the wrong foot. My name is Kell Ballum. I'm from Witherbloom. And Kell is going to extend a hand slightly up to Manuka.
She will extend her mechanical hand and really just give it a good squeeze.
It's a fine piece of hardware there.
Okay, now you're being disgusting. What's your deal, Kumo?
Kumo's deal is being the greatest mage on the planet.
Oh, this one. I remember you. Yes, it was escaping
Excellent.
me
I'm
for a
glad to
moment.
know that one like yourself can remember the Kumo.
You know what I would like for the rest of it? We're all going to orientation, right? We're all walking the same directions.
Yes.
All right. For the rest of this walk, we don't talk about Kumo, okay? I'm over it. Please don't let me get in your way.
Title.
Unfortunately, for this small one, everyone talks about the Kumo. The Kumo has had exploits around the campus. Kumo is a hero.
Kell is going to shoot a glance over to Cynthia. And it's going to be like have you heard of the Kumo? That's like kind of what it looks like. It's like a eyebrow raise, like.
So, something you may have noticed since you all ran out around the same door as Kumo, as a lot of students were being transferred places, there was a small group of people slowly gathered around a single person and decided to follow them instead of going off to do their own summer vacation.
Got it. You're muted. You're still muted.
There it is.
Okay, it didn't even show like the little icon thingy. Anywho, what was I saying? Cynthia looks at Kell and keeps looking at them, and then it's like a light bulb exploded in the back of her head, and she just breaks eye contact, just looks in a completely different direction.
Kumo wants to pet the cat one, but Kumo knows that would be rude.
What the fuck
Kumo
did you do
would
to
like
them?
To introduce myself, Kumo self, to you. And Kumo reaches down to you, the big hand.
Yeah, paw, hand, a good old-fashioned shake.
Excellent. My name is Kumolani Wordsmith Renard, but you can call me Kumo or the Kumo.
Oh, we get
I'm sorry.
That's really interesting.
Did you also say Kumo self? You also made a pronoun based on your own name?
Kumo is wondering if this purple-haired one has a problem with Kumo. Because Kumo is good at solving problems, especially with the ladies.
Okay. It's fucking disgusting dire pigs as far as I can see at this campus. I'm glad that you all. They say what cockroaches are gonna
This one
survive
calls Kumo
apocalypse, so I
disgusting.
see that held
This
true.
one's covered in grease and
Should get to orientation.
liquid.
We can
You,
solve that.
I'm gonna point to Safka. You got a prestidigitation for me?
I don't actually. Sorry, I don't know that one.
If you
Safka,
execute
by the way.
nicely, the Kumo could help you.
I don't want it from you. She looks
I'm-
like she's someone who clearly that's part of her morning routine, and she's gonna
Not
withhold it
today.
from me. That's fine. I don't need it.
I'm
Not today.
not withholding. If I could do it, I would.
Kell is leaning
I'm
against
different,
the
so
archway.
you're gonna treat me different. I get it.
Kell is leaning against the archway and goes, I offered to help you, but apparently I'm just a cockroach, so don't mind me.
Kumo does not think you
Don't
are
act like it's a problem with me. I saw the way the Tabaxi looked at you too. You're creeping everyone out here.
I'm literally just existing.
You
Is
should
that a
continue
problem for
to
you?
exist. Everyone should have the opportunity to exist.
Thank you.
Manuka has like a little noise machine that she's just going to take out at this point and just like increase the magical energy in it, which increases the volume. And it's the equivalent of putting headphones in and just being like, I'm fucking out of here. Do that. It's magnetized to just sort of stick on Beelzebub, and then she's just like, going to that, hopping on a ride.
Was nice meeting you. And she's gone.
Kell's just gonna sigh, look at Safka and Kumo and go, I almost missed the crocodile from this morning. And is gonna fall, just hands in the pocket, and just follow
The Kumo
along.
would like to meet a crocodile. A crocodile seems like it would offer the Kumo a minuscule challenge.
Could be. They're more
Are you
friendly
walking
than
with Kell?
Oh yeah, I'm walking along with Cal.
Okay, yeah. Then I will walk in step with Cynthia. Hey, why did you look at Kell weird?
I don't know. I would not worry about that.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just curious.
Oh well, you know what they say about curiosity.
Well, you already know, so you're not in danger. So why don't you go ahead and just let me know?
I'll just. And they just stop talking, just button-lipped.
And around that time, you hear, coming from the main entrance of Archway Commons, don't you know who I am? As a student, Manuka, you've known this student, you've seen this student before. This is Esme Rowantree, another student Quandrix, a human student, blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'2", legs that don't quit, perfect ponytail at all times. Created the first cheerleading team ever at Strixhaven. As she is just yelling at this stone golem. You let me in here right now. You know who I am, don't you? And she is hitting it as you realize it is exactly 11 a.m. and you are now officially late.
Kell, is there a window above the door that the stone golem is blocking?
So, there are no doors or windows. There are giant hedgerows that go across, and as you would know, normally Archway Commons has multiple entrances you can come in and out of. But today, since it's a very special occasion, there is only the main entrance. All other entrances have been magically blocked. That you know of. And
I'm a professor again.
do you hide before you turn, or do you just turn in the middle of the sidewalk?
Yeah, I'll step behind a tree or something, and I'm a
Does the
professor
main
again.
entrance have windows? Can I see inside of them?
There are no real walls. It is a hedgerow. It's a hedge and over. It's a little bit too tall for you to see without having to make an effort. So if you would like to try to like hop or like climb up a hedge without anyone noticing, you could try that.
Kell
7 feet
is going to
tall. I can easily hop.
Kell is going to just sigh deeply from one of their pockets, pull out the rod, and then tap. Is going to step behind like a statue or something, is going to tap the palm of their hand and look over at Kumo and just wink. And you see threads of Kell be pulled back. And I'm casting invisibility on myself.
Cynthia? Manuka, what are you two doing?
Safka would say, I can get you in, as she comes back around the other side.
You're muted again for some reason.
Hello.
Okay, there we go.
Are you sure I don't want to cause any extra problems?
We already have problems. We're late. Let's
Okay,
let's go.
lead.
Okay,
So-
so Safa's going to take Cynthia, right?
Yeah, I would
So
say
the-
to
is the
and
door-
Manuka.
Open, but there's just this golem in the way.
Yes, there's kind of like an archway that the golem is taking up most of the archway.
Oh, yeah, easy peasy. Kumo looks at the archway and towards the entrance, and Kumo misty steps.
Okay, Manuka, you're the last one I need.
I'm gonna tell Beelzebub, hey, act like you're malfunctioning, run into that thing. And I'm just gonna have the thing act like it's like having an issue and just essentially just like, not like destroy or anything, but just like walk into the stone golem. And while that's going on, Manuka's just gonna attempt to sort of be on the thing's back. And then once that happens, just kind of drop and scamper in.
So this all happens at once. Manuka, you were the first one who left, so you go first. As the bee just crashes straight into the stone golem. The stone golem doesn't move, but is very confused and concerned about this now bee that has crashed into them. And you can easily sneak past. Your bee cannot, though.
It's fine.
Next, we have Kumo. You easily misty step. You see the confusion and you can get around it fine. Safka, with your student in tow, you walk up to the golem. Bee!
Yeah, you were just hit by a bee. We need to get in. I'm
Late!
taking her in. Yeah, she's late. It's my fault. I'm escorting her in. Please move.
Name!
Do you want us to be later? Do I know the name of the... I would have picked a professor I knew a name
Yeah.
of. Great. Professor name.
Professor name! And they stop moving for a moment. Professor name of archaeology. Access allowed. And they step to the side. Which also then gives you and Cynthia a way in, and Kell, you're able then to scamper through with invisibility without any problem. No one notices you.
Kumo is pretty sure the professor is Professor Name, not Professor Name.
Okay, it worked. So I dropped disguise self.
And you all have successfully made it past the stone golem, minus a bee. But don't worry, Manuka, your bee will just be out there waiting for you.
The Kumo believes this might be a test for unequipped mages.
And though it's kind of early, I think that there will take a break. How's that sound?
Kumo is happy to stretch the legs.
So, with
That
that,
break sounds great.
we are going to take a break. This is Strixhaven after the fall. Wait, I say that after the break. Right now, we're going to break, and I'll say the thing I say after the break, after the break. We're professionals, y'all! Hope you're enjoying everything. We'll be right back. successfully. I did it. And we can hear everyone, right? I don't know if no one talks.
Yes,
I can't
hopefully.
tell.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I guess,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I mean,
Thank
you tell
you.
us, yeah.
The Kumo does not know what your settings look like.
Oh no, I just hit the wrong setting. There we go. I was trying to take it out of studio mode and I didn't know how. But I figured it out. So, welcome back. I hope everyone has been fed and watered appropriately as you do during break. This is why I'm not in charge of things. Don't give me that look, bully.
Fed and watered. That is the terminology I would have used.
And we're back for our second half of Strixhaven after the fall.
That is our third. We're back.
We have too much power.
The beautiful gods. April, please.
I should never be allowed to be in charge of buttons, but I am. And, oh god, my pillow fell. During our first half, we met our cast of characters as they made their way to the Archway Commons for their orientation of their first day of their second year at Strixhaven. You all successfully made it past the Stone Golem, who you still hear arguing with Esme as you hear them name, takes her information and sends Esme on their way. And you regroup as you keep walking towards the main stage. Would you like to say anything as you regroup, or just keep going?
Kumo is glad that you all aren't such scrubs that you could not get past a gargoyle. The Kumo believes that you all have potential to push the Kumo to his greatest heights. The Kumo thanks you all.
Thank you, Kumo. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Then you're muted.
Still muted.
Still muted.
Still muted.
I'm not muted.
There you are.
Now you're
Now
not
you're not.
muted.
You just have to speak like that the whole time.
You just have to yell.
Oh boy, what? Oh my goodness.
Aha, we found the culprit. Aha!
Kumo did not sabotage the Cynthia. Yet.
Oh, no.
No.
Hey guys, guess
Yay.
what my microphone is facing?
Oh no.
Oh.
In little tiny letters, it says back.
That's why. Oh, there we go.
I did a whole session like that before too. It's fine.
It happens.
Okay, can y'all hear me on the card?
Yes, that's
Oh
great.
my
Now
god,
we
you
can.
sound so
Perfect.
fucking good. man.
Sound like you're talking into a mic.
Oh,
You know
that's
what,
the voice.
Professional
I've been
voice
missing.
actor Vin Vox, everyone.
We're just gonna reset and start this whole episode over again. Do exactly what you did before, but
Okay, cool.
No, I'm gonna take prestidigitation this time.
Or not take prestidigitation.
What would you do if you could go back?
Walking in, Manuka is going to sort of fall to the back a little bit and try to pull Cynthia aside.
that's easy enough to do. You could do that, as Cynthia allows.
Hey, you're like the only one I didn't actually really get to talk to in there. It's Manuka, honey.
You're
You're
muted.
muted
You got to
again.
speak up.
I am.
There you are.
What the fuck? I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
I could tell you're shy. It's all right.
It's nice to meet you, Cynthia Manuka. Perfect.
Hey, look, obviously, people like me and you, we're different than them, you know? We're not whatever. If we're going to make it through whatever this is, we got to stick together. You in?
Something tells me this feels more like an alliance than like a friendship. Am I overseeing?
You don't want to be my friend?
No, I
I
didn't
thought you were different. I didn't think you were going to judge me like they judge me. I'm offering you a genuine friendship.
Kel's just gonna go shh from the front.
I could tell you got good. I like your instincts. You pegged that Kell guy as a creep right off the bat like me, so that's what I'm saying. We gotta stick together. Look out for each other. Look, this might come off as surprise to you, but I'm not like a lot of the other kids here, right? I don't make friends that easily. But I see something in you, and I wanted to get to know you a little better. If you're not interested, I could take it. Just tell me.
I didn't say that necessarily. Of course, I love making friends. We can be friends.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit by you in orientation.
Okay. There's a chair.
Also, do you have prestidigitation? I know that bitch has it, and she won't use it on me. Someone here, this is a magic school. And I'm not like other wizards, so I don't have it. But that's like a basic shit. Do you have it?
I have friends.
You too. You too. Okay.
Oh my god.
And at that, you hear a tapping on a magical sound system and microphone. And you see the headmistress of Strixhaven, who I never named, I just realized.
Her name's April Raygun.
The headmistress Raygun.
Headmistress Raygun. Welcome, students, to a new year at Strixhaven. We thank you for your trust as we've all faced hardships, but now is not the time for that. Now is the time for us to rebuild what has fallen and to help each other to achieve new heights. Strixhaven may have been in a battle. Our buildings may have been torn down and our losses too great to count, but we are not going to let that stop us. Each of you here today proved that we are not going to let the bad people stop us from achieving our goals. Though we have lost many a professor, I have taken it upon myself to recruit and bring in new professors from across the plains. And we now have multiple artificers, constructions, crews, magical, and builder guilds working on campus constantly. As you see the headmistress kind of wave around, and you see, of course, a lot of construction work still being done. And to give you an idea what you're looking at, you're looking at the new headmistress of Strixhaven. The last one, of course, has been gone since the battle. A lot. Yeah. They were there at the end, helping fight, helping to evacuate students. They went down a hero. And the new headmistress is a dwarven woman, about middle-aged, with salt and pepper hair, and wearing traditional robes of a Strixhaven scholar, which is adorned with all the colors of Strixhaven.
Kell is going to pull out from one of their pockets a piece of candy in a wrapper, unwrap it, put the candy in their mouth, and then is going to look and write something real quick, and is going to cast origami on the paper and fold it into a crane, and is going to send it to Safka. Just looking the entire time and just like not even like paying attention to the folds, and then just sends it sideways over to Safka.
That's easy enough to do. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Of course, yes.
Roll me a stealth check, please. You are in a crowded room full of students in an auditorium with a bunch of others.
21.
21. Your origami. What is the shape?
It looks like a crane. Yeah.
Your origami crane gently floats over and lands directly onto Safka's knee.
I open it.
It says, "Who the fuck is Manuka Honey, and why the fuck is she talking to me like I'm just a simpleton?"
Is there a way? Can you reply?
Can
to
I
this?
respond?
Or
Yeah,
you can respond to this origami.
you can respond to this origami. No, you cannot respond to the origami. You can send your own origami, or you can,
I don't have origami.
Ah, damn.
I don't have any of these spells people think I have.
Oh, damn. Well,
Safka, do you do anything, or do you just sit there confused, staring at Kell?
I honestly think Safka reads the note and then just like looks back up at the presentation.
As you look back up, the headmistress is still speaking and continues. You will see over the course of the year, as each one of you gets stronger, so does the school. So, to help us together all get stronger, we have decided that we will be focusing on bringing the students together this year. Too long have the houses stood apart because of this houses standing apart. Too long have we stood apart because of our houses. Today, each student will be placed in a group with students from each house. No wizard is an island, and we are prepared to teach you that. One of the greatest things you can learn is to work together as a team. And that work will be graded. And that grade will be added to your final grade for the year. So please remember that while you all will be randomly generated placed together. As each student in the entire auditorium, a paper appears in their hand. Together you are now bound, and together we will do great things. To a wonderful new year at Strixhaven. And people start clapping, students stand up, and the headmistress stands there, takes a bow, and makes her way off the stage.
Immediately
Kumo
open up my
casts Find
paper.
Familiar, so the Kumo can have a cat that is crawling all over the Kumo's person.
Kumo magically has a cat that crawls all over them randomly. You don't even have to
Kumo
cast
thinks
anything.
Cats makes me more approachable.
I read the paper.
So, Safka, since you were the first one, you opened up your paper.
No, Manuka
Oh,
was.
Manuka?
Wow.
Manuka
another
was.
one. Another one. It's all right. I'm different. Ignore me. Go for the pretty one.
You're not like other
Let's see what she's
girls.
up to, right?
Safka struggles trying to get the seal open, and Manuka, you could rip yours open first, because you don't care about making sure the paper looks nice still. And it says on the top, what does it say? It says, Jezzy.
I'm a top. Oh.
And it lists, thank you for returning to a second year of Strixhaven. Your group will contain the following students: Cynthia Flamacata, Kell, Kumalani Ranar, Manuka Honey, but it does not say Manuka Honey, and Safka Patrick.
Wait, what does it say?
It says Manuka's real name.
Do all of our papers say that?
No, just Manuka's.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Kell isn't even opening theirs. Kell is just like looking at it, just like holding it and looking at it, and it's just like looks like they're in shock. This is the
Kumo
worst thing
says
that can happen.
immediately. It's like Kumo is clearly in need of a group to help the Kumo achieve its ultimate heights. Kumo cannot be great without greatness surrounding
And
Kumo.
everyone who opens their scroll now knows who's in their group.
Immediately, as soon as she reads hers, is looking over at Cynthia's to see if her name's on there.
And you just see Manuka Honey. It seems like the paper knows what name to use.
Interesting.
I guess we're in the same group. It's so much fun.
That's really good luck. I was about to make you trade with someone if not. Hey, look, I know we talked about an alliance earlier, and yeah, I'm in.
Kumo sends another message to Safka. Kumo says, "You look like the most competent of the group. Kumo thinks you will make Kumo better." That's the whole message. I know I have more words.
Yeah.
You hear back. Okay.
I like how we both counted okay as 2 words for a
I'm used to counting haikus, so
Okay.
Okay. That's it. That's the whole message.
And the crowd around you is slowly dispersing. As students are getting in their groups, you hear people exclaiming happily, sadly. Friends of the same houses are very sad they can't be together. You hear some students protesting, we've never done it this way, why do we have to work with other houses, blah, 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 blah. As everyone's starting to kind of get with their groups and go off to explore and enjoy the rest of their day. On your orientation letter, you saw that there were many activities. It's orientation day. You were first year, so you know that there's activities in the library, the bibliothèque, where people are hunting for things. But you also have the option to go and do whatever you would like and explore whatever you would like. The campus is yours.
I think Safka turns to like group up. People are gonna do that.
But it does say you have to do things together on your first day to help to form the team.
There must be a mistake.
Oh.
Kumo
Hey,
wonders
Cynthia
what
was
the
talking.
mistake be.
Why is this a mistake?
I specifically requested that I would like to do my studies alone.
The Kumo
Why?
thinks that
You on
everybody
probation or
has to do
something?
No, nothing like that. It's easier that way.
The Kumo
You want to
will help
elaborate
you
on
to
that,
find friends.
or sort
Cynthia,
of?
honey, you gotta speak up. I can see you wanting to talk. I can see you getting it together. You find your voice.
Wasn't important.
Okay. Hey, it's
Are you-
important.
are
If
you-
it's important to you, it's important to me.
Kumo thinks the fluffy one has things to say, but we'll open up when the fluffy one is ready to.
We
You
know
make her
her
uncomfortable.
name is Cynthia.
Yes, but Kumo likes nicknames for friends. Kumo believes that you all will be the Kumo's friend.
I'll tell you what, Kumo, the overwhelming negativity I feel towards you is gonna manifest in one of a couple ways, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how this goes.
The Kumo thinks that small people like you sometimes have problems looking up to Kumo and his greatness. Kumo will try to dial it back for you.
No, I want you be full Kumo, all right? One way or another, you're getting your fucking world rocked sooner or later. I'm gonna be the one to do it.
The Kumo.
But for now, you keep doing you.
If we have to do this, can we please just do this amicably?
The Kumo is feeling quite amicable.
Yes, Cynthia.
Yeah, let's get on with it. Cynthia, you feeling
Cynthia?
braver now? No? Still no? All right, that's fine. You don't have to say anything.
So it's picking
I know
you
what you're
laughing
thinking.
up, but it's not
It
picking
picks
you up
up
when you
I
talk.
love
everything
that.
but the Cynthia voice. It
Yeah.
specifically
It just
does
does
not like
not.
the character voice.
It's not picking up Cynthia.
Oh my goodness.
We got that.
When you talk, it picks it up.
I heard, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Don't
No.
hear any of that.
That's so ridiculous.
There
We got
it
the
is.
Now we
ridiculous.
can.
You're dropping in and out. It's almost like Zoom's having a hard time recognizing. It's like Zoom
You might need to
itself.
change the sensitivity.
Yeah, your mic sensitivity in Zoom.
On Zoom, yeah.
Yeah.
I just pulled it back from like low to auto.
It feels low.
It
Auto
feels
is
low.
Crank it all the way.
higher.
Crank it.
Because
all the
even when
way,
you come
yeah.
through, you're kind of quiet.
Yeah, turn it up.
Yeah, microphone.
Pain.
That's good.
That's
Speak.
good.
You're gonna have to talk directly into it the whole time.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, you sound so
We
great.
got
now.
you.
So
We got
great,
you
every
now.
You
word
sound
that
so
time.
good right now.
This is gonna be
yeah.
a fun edit for whoever has to do that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Not my problem.
So can y'all hear this at all? Yes, no, maybe?
You
Yes,
sound
Cynthia,
wonderful.
Yes, we can hear it.
Yes, Cynthia, you're just about to tell off Kell. Go ahead.
Kumo wonders what the
Just gonna
Kell
say,
did.
maybe we should like try again. We did kind of start off on the wrong foot, trying to get to class, and just hi. My name is Cynthia again. I hope we can all be great friends.
Nice to meet you, Cynthia. My name's Kell Ballum.
Safka Patrick.
Molani Renar, the wordsmith.
Now, did you
Call
give
him
yourself
Kumo.
that title, or did someone else call you wordsmith?
Well, in the Goliath tribes that the Kumo is from, people get names. Kumo was once Pig Sticker. That one didn't stay around for too long. Kumo's name now is Wordsmith because Kumo is one who uses his words quite effectively.
You're the best in your whole tribe at talking, huh?
Yes.
That's
Kumo
fascinating.
What would you
Manuka
say?
honey.
Manuka honey.
Fixing things.
And about this time, Manuka, your bee shows up.
The full robot or my littler one?
Your full robot. Your littler one could have been with you this entire time.
That's true.
Whichever.
It usually
whichever one
stays inside the big one.
Okay, then it's whatever you left it. It is there. If it's in the big one, it's still in the big one.
Oh, Beelzebub. All right, my ride's
Best
here.
bonding happens over food. Kumo's wondering if you all are hungry.
I did skip breakfast for this, so it doesn't sound bad.
I can eat. But don't think you're gonna impress me with a fancy dinner. I'll take a slice any day.
What? The Kumo wonders what you're slicing. The Kumo is a little nervous.
All right, we're already off to a better foot then. And since we're all being friendly now, maybe we can actually help me with that little prestidigitation thing we talked about earlier.
I truly don't have it.
Sticking
I wish
to it,
that I
sticking
did
to it.
So
Gonna
bad.
look at
Wish
Cynthia
that I
and be
did.
like,
I don't have it.
Kumo
I'm
will
sorry.
prestidigitate you.
oh. I kind of tingled a little bit. It felt like a handsier prestidigitation. I mean, it worked great. I look great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to focus on that.
Kumo's also actually a great massage artist. Kumo's great with his hands.
All right, big guy. We'll keep that in mind for later.
The Kumo bets you will.
Let's go get some grub. See what we can see on the way.
So, you have options. There are the dining hall, but also in Central Campus is the Fire Jolt Cafe, which is a cafe located inside the library, as well as a tavern, like restaurant, called Bow's End Tavern. So where
Aye.
are you headed?
If you're following Kumo, you will end up at the tavern.
Sounds good. As we're making our way there, following Kumo, Kell goes, "Oh, good, the tavern. Dining hall's quite mid."
Can I take away inspiration? You don't even have inspiration, but can I take
I
it
don't
away?
even have inspiration. That's why I felt
You give him a negative.
disadvantage.
You get a disadvantage on your next roll.
De-inspiration.
De-inspiration.
Alright.
I get inspiration now. Just to have to
Okay,
deal with that.
great, fantastic. I'm here all week.
On the western end of the campus is Bow's End Tavern. It's about right outside the biblioplex. And it is a small tavern that is a university landmark. Many students have come here, and it is a hangout for older students, and it has live music, bad greasy food, and all kinds of beverages. Lots of duels happen here, and you would know that the tavern manager is a big old orc. But he usually doesn't show up until later at night. So you enter the tavern. It has seen better days. They have obviously, because of how important it is to the campus life, have built it back up as fast as possible, but there are still some patchier holes that need to be redone. There's some spots on the roof that could be fixed up, but it is open and it is a popular place. And you are inside of the tavern. You see one table that just happens to have no one sitting in it and 5 chairs right in the corner, close to the bar, and you can easily take that table.
I will add that as Kumo walks into here, Kumo finds a spot that looks like busted or something and uses mending. Like every time he walks in here, he does at least one mending, and leaves a K in the mending.
There are
Just
multiple.
ever so faintly, there's a K in the mending. So if you like rub your hands over, if you look really hard, you see it.
There are multiple stones in the wall that, if you look hard enough, will see that little K in the corner. How Kumo has fixed that many stones in one night, you don't need to know. But Kumo's already been there a couple times. And you have a table to yourself and a bar.
You said something, Wes, and I did not hear it.
Oh, I said. I said it quietly. I said the house that Kumo built. Kell is going to get in the very corner. Hop up in the chair.
So
just
one
an
great
FYI
thing.
for my help here, because Kumo is very tall. How tall are all of you?
I come up to like Kumo's knees. I'm like 2'11".
Like 5'2".
Okay.
Pretty little.
Yeah, Manuka's also just a little gnome. Probably under 3 foot as well.
5'3".
5'3".
There we go.
There were words before that, but 5'3" I got.
Nothing came through except 5'3". That was great.
Important information.
That's the
All
details
you
we
need to
needed.
know.
This is gonna be a secret game. If you read the closed caption, you'll get everything Vin is saying.
I know, this is the
But
hard
you
part of,
only
like-
you can only know what Vin is saying if you read the closed captioning.
Oh my god.
As you sit down, Cal feels a note get pressed into their lap, and it just says, "I don't know, but she was pretty impressive in the battle." About Manuka.
Kell's just gonna read it real quick, nod, and just tuck it into one of their pockets.
Kumo flags someone down. It's like food and drink, all on the Kumo.
One great thing about Strixhaven that you will all find out is every chair is a magic chair. The second you sit in it, it puts you on the same about relative height as everyone else at the table, as if you were all able to see each other. All doors magically widen for every shape or size, or shorten so you feel more comfortable. Every building has a way to get onto upper floors. Stairs aren't a problem. There are elevators. Strixhaven is the best place ever for these. They have taken accessibility into account. So don't ever worry about if you can fit or find a place to seat. You always will, and it's perfectly shaped for you. As Kumo, you flag down a dragonborn met woman named Leona, who you've met before. Walks over. She has green scales and kind of short cropped hair, a bunch of piercings. Oh, Kumo, you back? What can I get you?
Kumo thinks that you can probably help Kumo's friends out unless they have suggestions of what they want. But Kumo's wondering, did you get new piercings? Kumo thinks those look good on you.
Oh, yeah, over the break. And she has new piercings and some new tattoos and work done that are very beautifully and intricately well done. Some vines and stuff going up her neck.
Kumo likes that. Kumo thinks he should meet your tattoo artist.
They only work on Dragonborn, so you'll have to go see them. It's very far.
Kumo will get scale mail.
I'll make sure to put your name down, though. Also lost that voice midway through that sentence. Excuse me.
Kumo will have 2 large ales and a plethora of meat. Kumo has to get the protein on.
And the rest of you?
Whatever ale's cheapest.
She looks at Cynthia.
Don't be stingy.
Sounds like
Kumo
a
has it.
real cafe order, but if there's any pancakes.
Yeah, we can. Best pancakes on campus.
Since it's just my first meal of the day, I'm going to go ahead, if you can, get mini quiche made with cheese and bacon and vegetables in it, a honey nut cake with marmalade, some potatoes, leeks, and spinach and cheese put together in a hash, omelet with some curry, onions, and tomatoes, as well as a biscuit topped with black pudding, a poached egg, and a little bit of gravy on top. And I'll also take some fresh squeezed juice. Whatever you have is fine. And a coffee, please.
Meat and cheese plate and a juice. Got it. And you? Points at Manuka.
Yeah, Kel, do you not know when you're here, you get, I mean, it's best slice in town, right? You're here, you get the slice. I'm getting a slice.
Meat and cheese plate for you as
Kumo
well.
still wonders where we're slicing.
I don't know, Bonos.
Okay, a slice.
Slice in an ale.
Slice and an ale. Okay. And she goes off to get your meals, and you are left alone to talk.
When you're performing your duties and getting ready to educate yourself, it's important to have enough energy and sustenance to keep you going throughout the day. I just have a high metabolism. I apologize.
But you skipped breakfast?
Well, this is my first meal of the day. I didn't have time. I was running late.
Sometimes you finish a sentence like there's more to it, and then it seems like you don't want us to ask what it is. But why would you finish your sentence that way if you didn't want us to think maybe something else was going on?
There was a crocodile. That's it. There was a crocodile. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about
There you
it.
go.
Kumo has established there's a crocodile. The Kumo is wondering why you're still referring to the crocodile now, when the crocodile is so far in the past.
I didn't expect I'd have to explain myself as to why I missed breakfast, but it's okay. It's fine. We're moving past it, right? Friends, right? Study group. Amazing. Fantastic. This is everything that I've ever wanted and more.
I'm sorry, do you have a problem? Why are you getting an attitude? She asked you a question. She's taking an interest in you. And usually girls like that act like they're better than everyone else. I noticed she was a little snippy with the wait staff. That's to be expected, but she's actually being kind of nice to you.
Kumo
Are you
thinks
sure your name
Manuka
is Manuka,
jumping
honey?
to conclusions.
Yes. And not Manuka
I wanted it to be.
Broadsword?
You call me a broad?
Because every time it seems that you make a comment, there's a double edge to it.
I don't think you're used to being called out.
Breakfast.
I'm a fan of black pudding and biscuits and gravy with poached eggs.
That is very interesting. How
Thank you.
cool.
What's your favorite breakfast?
Pancakes.
Good choice. Pancakes are nice. You
The
keep
Kumo
glaring
wonders.
Go ahead,
Please.
Kumo. I didn't mean to interrupt the Kumo.
Kell, the Kumo knows that you may be hangry. The Kumo will sit back and let you speak.
I'm not hangry. I'm just on edge. I was just going to wonder from Manuka, what brings you to Strixhaven?
A broad like me? I don't know, Kel. I'm starting to think, how the hell did I get in this situation?
Me too. Manuka, me too. What about you, Safka? What brings you to Strixhaven?
I was studying music with a tutor for a long time, and he passed away. So I came here to keep going.
Makes sense. Cynthia? Just got it. Just a big old smile. Got it. What brings you to Strixhaven?
Books and things. Also, Safka, I am so sorry for your loss. That is very difficult to
Thank you.
experience.
he was. It wasn't a surprise, but still.
Still, death isn't easy, but luckily you're in a good place to maybe do something about that.
Wait,
Kumo.
the Kumo wonders, what did you mean by that last comment?
Well, I'm with Witherbloom. We study the arcane arts as they relegate to life and nature. I mean, one of my favorite professors was the professor of life and unlife. Does this sound familiar to you? Maybe.
The Kumo understands that necromancy is a thing.
Actually, that's a good. That's what's everyone's houses here? Are we all different houses? I'm wondering why we got put together. Witherbloom, shocked. Cynthia, what's yours?
Lorehold.
Okay.
Prismari.
Okay. The
Kumo
Kumo?
wonders where Manuka honey resides.
By the cut of Manuka's jib, I'm guessing maybe Quandrix, the kind of no care attitude and.
Actually, that's
jockey
very
mentality.
atypical of Quandrix. I'm actually not like any other Quandrix students, so I actually know you didn't think I was Quandrix. You are correct by mistake, Kell. But yeah, surprise, surprise, a girl like me is in Quandrix.
Kell
The
looks
Kumo
satisfied.
thinks Manuka honey needs a chill pill. The Kumo will write a poem for Manuka honey, and the Kumo will offer you this flower. And the Kumo gives you a rose.
I know this stuff works on a lot of people, but I'm not exactly the flower type. I'm more a slice and a nail type. Have I said that before?
Kumo was
3 times
not
now.
trying to work on Manuka honey. Kumo was trying to establish a bond.
An alliance. Okay, I'm in.
Kumo has a piece of paper that says we're in the same group.
And?
Kumo is confused. Kumo is from Silverquill.
Hmm. Alright, it's good to know. Look at us bonding.
And at about that minute, Leona comes back with a giant tray. 2 ales for Kumo, an ale for Safka. A stack of beautiful pancakes with butter and syrup and a little cup of cream next to it for Cynthia. For Kell, you get a meat and cheese plate. They don't have what you asked for. That was a very intricate order, and she just sets it down, looks at you, and goes, ah. And a cup of juice, where she just goes, "It's juice. What's juice? Should still be juice." And in front of Manuka, you also get a meat and cheese plate and an ale. As she looks at you, goes, "It's sliced." Shrugs,
Thank you.
and walks away. Oh, before I go, anyone need anything else?
Kell's gonna pull out a gold coin and just.
Kumo has this.
You know everything is free.
It's a tip for service.
Oh, thank you. That was very kind of you. And she takes the 1 gold from you. Anything else? I can get you.
The Kumo is very happy. The Kumo is going to continue to be in ketosis.
Glad to have you here. Thank you. Glad you're back, Kumo. I should get back to work. If you need anything, just give me a holler. And she scampers off. And you have your food and drink in front of you and are able to consume it at your leisure. And
Kumo is wondering what you all specialties are. What you're really good at.
I'm this and that manipulation of things. abjuration, transmutation, a bit of this and that. I can also take things away and give them back.
Kumo is wondering if you're a thief.
No, not a thief. I don't steal from anybody who doesn't need to be stolen from.
Kumo has nothing against thieves. There's honor amongst thieves.
And I'm not a thief.
Kumo is glad that you won't be stealing anything from the Kumo.
Mm-hmm.
And with
What
that,
about you, Cynthia?
oh no, go ahead.
Cynthia, be proud. Say it.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Enchantment!
The Kumo thinks Cynthia has enchanted the Kumo.
Oh, jeez. It's like, look away. A little blush.
Manuka, honey, the Kumo would ask you what you're good at, but the Kumo thinks that you may get upset. So the Kumo will allow you to speak your piece at your own time. Safka.
I'm trained in 15 different styles of dance, and I can play 20 different instruments, although I'm mostly proficient at strings, as well as sort of the magical components of that come along with that.
The Kumo is still trying to learn salsa dancing. The Kumo wonders if you could teach him.
Probably.
This makes the Kumo happy. The Kumo is good with a sword, and insults, and making friends, or followers, or a cult, if you will. That's what some people call the Kumo's group. The Kumo prefers to think of it as a nation rebuilding effort.
I'm sorry, what? Cynthia has questions too. I can see.
It's like a nation here under your banner.
Potentially. For now, the Kumo thinks that this school needs to be built up so that the school can survive, to help to spread the word of the Kumo across the plains. But until then, the Kumo will continue to be a great student and be the best mage that the Kumo can be.
Huh. I just gonna gesture behind her where the steel defender, I finally remember the name of the thing is. This just hulking thing is just inert, just standing behind her. I made that. I make stuff like that.
The Kumo is
Sometimes, and she's gonna take twist and take her hand off, and put on a fork eating utensil type of situation, like a mini trident. And then sometimes I get personal with it, you know. And she's gonna stab into her meat plate with it and eat off it.
As Manuka
Kumo believes that's useful.
Very useful. And Manuka, as you're getting personal and everyone is starting to eat their food, you hear a yelling coming from right outside of the tavern.
Kind of yelling.
Scared. In distress.
Kumo is
Panicked.
up and out of the chair if that happens.
You don't have to.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Kumo, you don't have to. Mouthful of meat.
And Kumo, you are out the door. You run out to see a very familiar fawn screaming and pointing at a stack of bricks that are moving. that have developed a set of teeth and are starting to charge towards her.
The Kumo thinks this is an excellent bonding moment. The Kumo asks his friends to come outside.
Even when he's outside of a building, I can still hear him.
Yeah,
And
he's
Out of
talking
principle,
to us.
I do not want to help, especially if he thinks if we help him, he's assuming we're going to be part of his cult or whatever, and that ain't me.
Hell's
I don't
No, I
follow
think we
no
need to-
one.
We need to
I actually
talk
follow
about
my
this
own
whole
path.
thing.
Okay, go ahead and follow your own path somewhere else then. And Kell is going to like stand up and then hop out of the seat, and is going to start like cracking knuckles and walking outside.
And with that, can I have everyone roll initiative, please? Even if you're not going to be in the fight, roll initiative.
18.
That's a 14.
Okay, hold on.
D&D
Manuka,
Beyond is treating me well.
You said 18?
Mm-hmm. Can you see my stuff on there? I can see.
I can see yours, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Safka, you had a 14?
Yep.
Cynthia? You're rolling now.
I got a 3.
Nice.
Hey.
Kell,
I got a
Go, baby.
12.
12? Okay. I am letting the players use both real dice or digital dice, their choice.
Sorry. Kumo got 10.
10. Okay. And then my monsters. Rolled for them. Hit start. And at the start of initiative is Manuka. Manuka, you are still inside. Are you going to run out? What are you doing?
Yeah, she's gonna hop out of her seat. I'll look over to Cynthia and says, "Hey, our alliance is still in play. As much as I hate to say it, I think that Kell might actually be the most dangerous here. So if shit goes down, we go after him first. Otherwise, hey, you fucking got this, all right? I ain't gonna let anything bad happen to you. You don't even need my help, but take it." And she's gonna cast heroism on Cynthia, which will give you 4 temp HP, as well as make you immune to being frightened. And I
Okay.
notice you're having trouble finding your voice. That's all right. Just you can still be quiet and brave. But casting heroism, she is then going to use her bonus action to send Beelzebub outside, and she's going to use her movement to hitch a ride.
So
heroism on Cynthia, and then moving outside with the Steel Defender.
grab a hold of the Steel Defender, and it carries you outside. As you get outside, you are now seeing the battlefield. No, the battlefield. You are now seeing outside. And see not one pile of bricks that have developed a mouth and teeth and tongue, but 2 piles and some smaller little rock-shaped bricks. As you, Manuka, having studied magic and things of that nature, realize that these have turned into mimics. And will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Next up is our first mimic. As the stack of bricks is heading towards the fawn girl, it's going to make a grappler attack. It's going to try to grapple her. How do I do that? That's a strength. That's a 7, and I'm going to roll a strength check for her. That was not a d20. And she rolled an 11, so she is able to break out of the strength check. Kumo, you see her get wrapped around the ankle by the tongue, pull her ankle out at the last second, and hop back 3 feet out of the mimic's grasp. A secondary, smaller mimic then tries to lunge at you to bite. It's going to take a bite attack at Kumo. And that is a 22. You are muted, Prince.
The Kumo has been hit.
The Kumo has been hit.
Does he say that? I just imagine us hearing.
It
The
does
Kumo
Kumo
has
finds
been
himself in pain.
Kumo's been hit.
point of piercing damage as well as 3 points of acid damage, as your armor is now taking a little bit of a singe from the acid that you see dripping out of its teeth. Safka, you're next.
Okay. I'm gonna head out into the fight. Can I see Kell?
Yes.
Actually no, because I've seen Manuka fight before. I'll just give like a quick like, you got this, and I'll give you bardic inspiration.
What does it look like? What's your bardic inspiration look like?
I honestly think it's like she's pulling like the, or actually no, we talked about she has like magic ballet shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think they like kind of get a little like glittery thing going on when she does, and she's just kind of like very quickly like going past and like maybe like tapping her shoulder or just like giving a wave or something to hand off the bardic. And then
Who are you giving it to?
you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You saved yourself from getting yelled at. I was just about to...
No, yeah. So I will give it just a like, you got this, and then go around and then I will go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can sleep these guys.
Okay. So they are a little
Can I
bit
make
spread
them-
out. How many people can sleep a hit? Or
It's just how many
20
points.
feet.
so it's a
It's
range
an
of
area effect.
Yeah.
It's by
20
hit points.
foot.
Yeah.
and then by hit points.
How many hit points can you do?
I'm gonna roll 5d8. How do I make it do 5 of these though?
If you are you doing it online?
Yeah.
If you click
Click.
on the D8 and just click that one 5 times.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think you can click on the spell too, and it has it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Well,
click on the spell,
all
it should
right.
also do it for you.
Damn.
So that's 20.
25.
So are you?
25
Can that
HP.
spread a?
So yeah, it'll carry over. So if like,
Anything
I have
under
to meet the
25.
max. Yeah. But it'll like get one target and then whatever HP is left over for the next one, if that's enough to take another one out.
Okay, because there's 2 that it won't touch.
That's fine.
2, 7, 14. And how much was it?
25.
You were able to get all 3 of the smaller ones are now asleep, but the 2 bigger
Great.
ones are still going.
Good.
Cool.
As you have made your way outside and you now see these brick mimics that have appeared, and they're smaller little stone mimics. Do me a favor. Actually, what was your... Who has the highest passive perception?
14.
Kumo?
Higher than me. I'm at 11.
Who has the... Okay, better question. Who has the highest passive insight?
Also 14.
11.
Got an 8.
This will
Safka.
shock you. Manuka isn't the most insightful.
Wow!
What?
I don't know why I said that so mean.
Look up, Cynthia.
Safka. During the lead up to the Battle of Strixhaven and during the Battle of Strixhaven, there were many canisters of goo that were hidden around the school that exploded and turned things into mimics. So you would know that this is either a fresh canister of goo or a canister of goo that was hidden in somewhere that has just recently been broken.
Okay.
Just to give you that little bit of insight in the world. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Next is a sleeping juvenile mimic. They're sleeping. Next is Kell.
Kell is going to take off their jacket and roll up their sleeves, and you will see that there are some intricate tattoos underneath the sleeves as they roll them up. And has grabbed the rod of the pack keeper, and is just going to quickly target the one that is targeting Kumo, or the mimic that targeted the fawn.
Okay. The big one.
And yeah, and I am going to shocker, use Eldritch Blast on it.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Do
yes.
it.
Another spot, and this one seems a little bit more influenced as I'm going to launch it by the rod more so than just the hand that we saw earlier.
So blast off the rod. Got it.
Okay, what is that inspiration? What D is that? What
Rachel,
dice?
your bardic inspiration, is it a D6?
That
You don't
is-
have it.
D4.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't have. Oh, I don't have.
that's-
That's
yeah,
right.
you don't.
That's right. I'm
No,
confused.
sorry, I
Leave
said
it to
Kell,
Kell.
but then-
Take
That's
a
fine,
woman's
that's fine.
inspiration as
That's
soon
fine.
as he gets.
That's fine. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Didn't even.
Barely.
Barely. Just barely. Okay, keep note of that.
And how much damage do you do?
That is 9 damage.
9
from an
damage.
Eldritch Blast. Force
And-
damage.
It hits the back of this brick mimic and busts off a piece of brick that like flies into shatter and little brick dust in the air. And are you going to do any bonus actions?
Yes. I am going to look over to the fawn. I'm going to say, get inside, stay inside. Don't come out until it gets quiet. And I am going to circle and move.
Okay.
And I am going to try to like get the mimic's attention, essentially kind of throwing myself kind of right up there.
Okay. And you easily do that, and you're just waving in front of it, and the mimic's eyes are now on you.
Perfect.
As the secondary mimic gets a chance to go. And they are going to try to do a attack on you, actually, because you're the one who just hurt their friend.
Perfect.
So, a melee attack against you for a 11.
Does not hit.
That does not hit. They go to attack. They throw a brick at you that just
Mhm.
goes wide and goes sailing past your head into the unknown. And their turn is wasted. Kumo, it is now your turn.
Kumo starts his turn off by singing to the blade. The Kumo's like, and then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. And the blade starts to glow. I'm going to blade sing. So that's a bonus action. Then the Kumo is going to move away from the thing, even attempting to take the opportunity attack if that happens.
It is now completely distracted by Kell, so it has its back turned on you. I'll let you get away.
Excellent, because the Kumo knows that if the Kumo sticks and mimic, the Kumo might be in danger. So instead of sticking the mimic, the Kumo is going to use a spell.
What spell does Kumo use?
Kumo is going to use Sacred Flame,
Go for it.
and thus this creature will need to take a Dex saving throw.
Let's look at its dexterity. Come on. Well, the website isn't working all of a sudden. There it goes. That's a 5. I don't think they're going to make the dex check.
The Kumo is excited about this.
What happens to my mimicky mimic?
The Kumo is going to set this thing on fire with radiant damage because the Kumo shines bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond, Kumo.
The Kumo deals 8 damage.
Okay. And then
The
anything
Kumo
else?
is now standing next to the Fawn Lady.
Yes.
The Kumo hands the Fawn Lady. Dandelion says, "You're safe with the Kumo once again."
And she just in a moment that transcends time, does that little faint into your arms, hand on the head, flowers and sparkles appear around you in that brief anime moment, and everything fades back to how you were. And she's standing there holding the dandelion, blushing. And we go to the next, which is another sleepy mimic. And that sleepy mimic is sleeping. So Cynthia, it is now your turn.
Rambling, getting her spell book out, like trying to claw it open, like catches a claw on the page, and I has to rip it out. And then she realizes the page is gone. I'm just gonna just that'll be another problem for another day. She's gonna use Firebolt on one of the sleepy mimics.
Okay. Go for it.
A 12.
Yes, that hits.
Hella.
They're little tiny baby ones.
Okay. And 3 damage.
3 damage. One of them looks real rough, but has awoken. To make that. Oops. But it was the one closest to you, so it's going to go farther down the list. So.
Gotcha.
And we are back to the top of initiative. Manuka.
Okay. In battle mode, a few things have happened. That little music box that she stuck on, like just magnetized to the side of the Beelzebub, she would have hit that to get her battle music going, which is just obnoxious, like breakbeats, heavy drumming sound, just going as she's getting herself fucking hyped. As her shield's out, she's still got her trident hand going, and she's getting ready to line something up when she gets. What's the inspiration look like? You like touched her and.
Yeah, I think probably it's a lot of like sort of almost like fixing your posture a little bit the way like a trainer would, but very quickly as she goes by, like to run by, like you got this, and fixing you like to stand up, and little light on her ballet flats.
Yeah, she would have spun to sort of look at her sort of out of the corner of her eye. Immediately, just more of a confusion, and you like sense a sense of comfort for a second. Before like the facade hits again, and it goes back to like a stern face. You could tell she has something maybe to say, but can't bring herself to actually remark anything. Just kind of focuses again, shaking her head, but you could see like almost a more softness in her shoulders from that. She gets ready to line up a shot when she sees Kumo do his thing, give the dandelion to this fawn, and she kept the flower he gave her. She just tucked it in one of her many little things, immediately just pulls that out and tosses that on the ground. When she sees he just apparently gives the shit to everyone. But
That'll
with
be
that,
a free
yeah.
action.
Beautiful. But yeah, bonus action, mechanical-wise, bonus action is sending Beelzebub in to just charge. So one of them's hurt, right? The one that
Yeah. Are you talking about little
Kell?
ones or big ones?
The one Kell attacked.
The big one, yes.
Yeah. So sending Beelzebub into that one to strike.
Go for it.
Yeah, just gonna yell Beelzebub, fuck him up. I'm just gonna go in there. We're gonna do a force empowered rend. Whoops, that's not an attack roll. That's a. Oh, it's my spell attack modifier to hit. That's good to know. Okay, never mind. Let me do a thing real quick. I'm gonna click a different spell, but it's gonna.
Yeah, that's fine. We are learning how to play these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really play casters. This is a learning experience for me.
Yeah, it's weird because the defender uses my stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just you can
But I
just
don't have a.
roll a d20 and then add
Why is it not letting me do this?
your
It
spell.
would be
It's
probably
not on your page.
your spell casting, which is under spells. Yeah, your spell attack.
Let me see if I can pull up.
There
your
it is.
character. Okay, you got it.
20. That's a crit.
Oh shit! Do it. So, since you are the first crit, how we're gonna do crit damage is I'm gonna give you full damage. So your dice plus your bonus, and then you roll whatever dice. because getting a 1 or 2 ones that sucks. So full damage plus a dice.
Sweet. What's our proficiency bonus at 3, 2 or 3? 2?
2.
2. So that will be 10 damage then.
Nice.
Nice.
Beelzebub's gonna go in. Currently, it has just like Beedrill, just pretty much drill because it was originally a mining robot. We'll just go in. Those things start spinning, and we'll just go and dig both of those into this using my bonus action. And for my actual action,
because this is a pile of stones, it just drills very easily into the back of this thing as it lets out a loud screaming roar, which, Kell, because it's facing you, you see its mouth open up and open up and open up and open up to scream, and it is big enough to swallow you whole if it wanted to.
Manuka is going to close a distance to get within 20 feet of this thing, but still stay 20 feet away. Just shield out. That trident hand just against the top of the shield is steady. And you're going to see just a blast, an explosion go off of just purple energy, as if gunpowder, but there's not actual gunpowder, as the trident hand launches like a projectile from her hand. Let's see if we actually can hit
Very
here.
Cool.
Why is it not letting me? There we go. 15.
15 hits.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage.
8 more damage.
And so it launches off, sticks in, and this is a magical. It's a returning weapon. So then she just taps her sort of gauntlet again, and another kind of pulse of purple energy, and the thing goes from being stuck in the mimic, and it just flies back and connects with her hand again, and she sort of like catches it.
And the first big mimic is starting to look a little hurt. As
Beautiful.
At the end of your turn.
That is it for Manuka.
Awesome. It is the mimic's turn. The mimic, screaming, looks like it's about to lunge at you, Kell, but realizes what attacked it came from behind. In a quick move, it turns its head, almost turning, but then you realize it didn't turn. Its whole body shifted, and its mouth is now on the other side because it can change its form, and it's going to take a bite attack at you, Manuka. And that is a 17 to hit. You are muted.
No, Manuka's armored up. She's a 20 AC. So it comes in, and she's just got the shield ready and just has an aggressive defensive stance. When she doesn't wait with the shield, something comes in at her, she goes at it with the shield and sort of uses it to actively block before it can get a good attack on her.
You do that, and it actually gets lodged in its mouth, and it can't quite bite, and it just spits you out, shakes, and is very upset by this. And we will move on to the sleepy juvenile mimic, who is still sleeping. Good job, Rachel. And to the next one is Safka. And before anyone complains, fuck the rules, we're going to play it how we want. So, and everyone got to roll for stats. So yeah, everyone's powerful, don't come at us. And I don't care how far away anybody is. Safka, go.
I guess I'm gonna move in on the one that got hurt
Okay.
already. The
big one?
Yeah, that Kell
Awesome.
and
Go
Manuka
for it.
have already hit, and I'm gonna just do a little put my my violin bow back and pull out a rapier, and I'm gonna do a little dancey sword play.
Ooh.
That's a 21.
21 hits.
6 damage.
6 points of damage. As it just more chalk dust, or not chalk dust, brick dust is in the air as you are just wailing on this big mimic. Any bonus actions?
Oh yeah, I'll throw I think I just shout like at Kell, like, keep your eyes on it. Just give just random advice and give some bardic.
Okay, Kell, you have bardic inspiration. And will that end your turn? We move to another sleepy mimic. Who's gonna sleep? Kell, it is now your turn.
Kell, taking the direction, keep my eyes on it. I am going to focus another Eldritch Blast at this thing. Just saying that it's right. It's like right.
Mm-hmm.
Focus somewhere else. Yeah, just going to just blast it right at the back of it. And that is a +7. That is a 14.
14 also hits.
Perfect. And that is an 8 damage.
8 points of damage. This big mimic is almost dead. Do you have any bonus actions?
I kind of feel like I want to, or I can, but I don't think I can. I don't think I got anything. Yeah. No, I don't. But I am going to run, and seeing that it's being taken care of, I'm going to start focusing on the other one, and just gonna do like a thanks, and like running past Safka, and then slide in between Beelzebub's legs to get on the other side, and then ready to fight the other one.
Okay. As it's the other one's turn, and you just ran straight in front of it, it's going to make an attack on you.
All right. Try to fuck on me, I see.
You did just get in between it and the other ones, and it's going to make a bite attack.
Cool.
Does an 8 hit?
Does an 8 hit? No. As much as I want it to for you, April, it does not.
I'm not doing so hot this battle, and its next is going to be Kumo.
Excellent. So Kumo's still holding the fawn that he saved once before.
Mm-hmm.
Has a sword in the other hand, and looks at the one that looks really injured and like, "Don't worry, darling. The Kumo has this." And I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Go for it.
At the hurt one, because I think that'll finish it off.
And it works.
So let's see. 5 damage.
5. Yep. It's almost dead.
Still alive. 3 damage.
Oh. It is barely. Like, you could probably just poke it in the eye and it'll die.
All right. It takes all of the magic missiles then. The Kumo hits it with the third magic missile.
And it falls into a pile of dust and rubble.
Oh, wait. No. Second level. Then whatever other one is left that is awake.
Yes.
Kumo will shoot one more off.
Okay. There is a juvenile one that's still awake. How much damage is the next one?
I'm about to roll it now. 5 damage.
Do you want to just take out the small one that woke up?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that amount of damage, you can kill one of the small ones, the one that Safka attacked. Not Safka. Who woke that one up? Cynthia. Cynthia. The one Cynthia woke up. So, the one right in front of Cynthia that Cynthia poked, that looked like it was about to lunge at Cynthia, you just, back of its head, magic missile, poof, into a
Kumo
cloud.
must protect the fluffy one.
And that turn was next. So, any bonus actions?
Nope. I don't have anything I can do with bonus action. Kumo just stands there, just whispering sweet nothings into the fawn's ear.
And she swoons again. Cynthia, it is now your turn.
If like residue instead of dust, even Cynthia sees those sparkles from the destroyed baby mimic, and feeling inspired, she's also gonna cast Magic Missile.
Nice. At the big one?
She's gonna take out the small ones, whichever of those are left.
Okay, there are 2 small ones left.
Okay. I'm gonna cast that at second level and just split it off.
Yeah.
2 at each.
Go for it. Do the first one.
4.
Okay.
Was that 4?
That's 5.
Okay.
Oh, it had 2 hit points left. One just explodes into a pile of rubble. And what do your magic missiles look like? What does your magic look like?
They're the same color. Isn't it blue that our so amazing art has?
Mm-hmm.
It's that like bright little sparks.
Blue sparkles? Okay. And you have another mimic left and 2 more magic missiles. Go for it.
Oh, I did them all, I think.
Oh, I only saw damage for 2.
The other 2 were 2. So.
Oh, I see it now. 5, 6, 7, 5. Yeah. You actually have enough damage to kill both of the small mimics.
It's the power of Kumo.
The power of Kumo. And the power of the Fluffy one and Kumo combined. Any bonus actions?
No, that's it.
At the end of that turn, you saw Kumo and Cynthia in twin blue and purple magic missiles going in opposite directions, flying past each other to go poof, 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 as all the small mimics just explode into rock dust into the air and slowly settles as there's one last giant mimic. And we are back up for round 3, Manuka. You see professors and other students now running from all their sides. You feel that other people might be interfering soon, so this would be the time to go big. If you wanted to show off, of course.
I mean, she already was. I'm sorry I don't have anything bigger for you, April, but
You have been doing a lot of damage, so I'm just now letting you know that there are professors around.
So what's left?
One large mimic made of the bricks. One brick mimic.
Yeah, similar thing. She's just gonna sort of help, like, just sort of surround, like, work in tandem with her steel defender. They sort of surround, and she has the thing going first, and she's gonna go again for like an attack on both sides of this thing with her trident and her steel defender coming in with the drills.
Let's get those rolls.
Start with the defender. 12
hits. AC was 12. Is 12.
That is 10 damage.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Clicked the wrong thing. 7 damage. And then, Manuka. Keeping her distance a little bit again. Going to shoot the trident into it. Also 12.
Also hits.
Look, Quandrix. We know numbers. We do exactly what we need to do. 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Anything else?
That's
Any
it.
movement? Okay, that's it.
No, just keeping the thing surrounded on its toes and yeah, just whittling it down. There's nothing next to it, right?
What'd you mean?
I have green
everything
flame
else.
blade, but if nothing's, yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think there's anything left.
No,
so
that's the only baddie left.
that'll be it.
Then we have dead mimic. We have dead sleepy mimic. Safka.
Safka's just gonna glance over to the mimic that's left and just sort of shout like, "This is pathetic," and I'm doing vicious mockery.
You have never seen a pile of stone look offended, but this one might be. Roll for that, please. Or
It's
do I roll?
just one psychic damage.
1 psychic damage.
Oh wait, no, you have to do
That was a saving
something.
throw,
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
Saving
it has
throw.
to make a saving throw.
What's the saving throw?
My spell, it needs to be to 14, wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll to 16.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a bardic to do cutting words and just say,
Ooh.
see, like, reiterate that it is pathetic.
One
Just
serious
double
thing.
down
You're
on my
right.
insult. And hopefully,
Do I roll again for that one?
nope. I
Okay.
just roll and subtract 1. It still makes it. This sucks.
So I take 1 damage?
No, you don't take anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
a,
just shout, "This is pathetic." You just hear Safka insult this thing, and that's it.
it's a pile of bricks that has
that makes
recently become animated. It does not understand being pathetic. It's a pile of brick.
It's fine.
I'm
I know
very
it's pathetic,
sorry.
and that's what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Next would be a sleepy dead juvenile mimic. It's still dead. Kell.
I think we already know. Rinse, wash, and repeat. It's working so well the first time, so we're gonna go ahead and hit it again with an Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
kind of like seeing Beelzebub on one side and Manuka on the other side. Kell is just going to straight up put two hands together, glow energy, and then shoot another one of those Eldritch Blasts, almost like a Kamehameha, right at this thing's front.
How much damage?
And that
do
is a
you
natural
do?
20.
Woo!
Fantastic. So that is going to be 10 damage on top of 7, so 17.
17 points of damage. It is looking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And
then
it just took that.
Kell, after like realizing that's kind of happening, but still looking really weak, is going to dust off their hands and their knees. And I'm going to move over to my jacket. I'm turning my back on the mimic and walking over to pick up my jacket.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. You turn your back on it. It's going to make an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Actually, no, you were further away from this one, weren't you?
I was further away from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to make an opportunity attack because it can't reach you because this one did not get close to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that end your turn?
Yeah. Just going to pick it up. And then I'll use my bonus action to put my jacket back on.
Cool. So glad you're wearing your jacket because now it's its turn. And it,
okay.
Ooh. It's going to go after you. You did I think the most in one hit. It was thinking about going.
Do we get attacks of opportunity then? Because me and the defender are next.
Yes, you are.
To it.
That's what I was about to say. Because it is not very smart, does not realize it's going to be attacked, but it's going after the last thing that attacked it because, like I said, it's a mimic of breaks. They're not smart. So yes, bully, you would get an opportunity of attack.
Beautiful. This is for the steel defender. Another crit. I've built the perfect machine.
Go ahead and do your damage.
In a cave with a box of scraps.
I'm going to do both. And then Manuka's attack is a 24.
Yeah, you're looking for 12.
Manuka does 11 damage.
It is almost dead.
The defender.
What is the defender's base damage? What is the least amount it could do with it?
So if it's going to do the maximum on a crit with your rule, so it's going to do 10 damage.
You don't even have to roll. It has 6 hit points left. Tell me.
So is it?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Tell me what it looks like. Well, when it goes to lunge, it's going to make a lunge attack at Kell, and you stop it. What does it look like when you stop this thing?
So when it goes for Kell, Manuka's the one who not so fast it fires off the Triton. This time, usually it's a returning Triton, so every time it strikes, it just comes back. She keeps it out, so it goes and it pins it in place so it can't get to Kell as it's trying to leave their threat range to go after Kell. Pinning it to the ground with a Triton shot. Then Beelzebub, the steel defender with the crit, is just going to come in and from both sides look like truly like a piece of construction, like a construction machine, like very utilitarian. Come down both sides, gets the drills going, and just has the drills meet in the middle where the mimic is.
And it explodes in a shower of brick dust and brick chunks as you come out on the other side, perfectly clean.
Oh, and then Manuka, I mean, she's used to her BattleBots moments with these, so she's already, as the explosion happens, just because she's going to set off a burning hands in the air, just flames in the air as she poses on top of Beelzebub.
And
just screaming, just shooting fire in the air.
We are now out of it.
Don't fuck with me!
And starts making fireworks around Manuka. Just little sparkles.
And fireworks start going off. It's actually now much later in the day. And Kumo, what also actually happens is, at the end of the day, is a big fireworks display. But yours start almost like a trigger happened right before, so now it just seems like Kumo made the entire fireworks display happen. As you are all standing around Manuka, standing on top of their B-mech, hands in the air, flaming and screaming, is there anything you would like to say before we wrap up the day, as teachers and students are coming around you celebrating that you just saved the day?
Kumo's going to ask this fawn her name.
Lily?
Lily, the Kumo is glad to see that you're still alive.
Thank you.
Kumo will be here to rescue you anytime you find yourself in trouble.
Oh. As she slightly faints in your arms again.
Excellent.
Anything from anyone else?
Kell has kind of let everybody kind of focus on Kumo and Manuka, and is just going to take that memory of getting off that really good Eldritch Blast, and is just going to scoop it, roll it up, and put it in the pocket with the other ones.
Safka is like happy the fight's over, but is clearly like fiddling with her like shoes and laces, like very frustrated that her magic didn't go off right, and is like messing with her arcane focus.
Possibly roll to see that memory shit happen.
Yes. Wes, Kell, were you being stealthy?
I wouldn't say necessarily being inherently stealthy, but Kell is trying to stay to the back of the excitement and everything. So I'd say, yeah, trying to be a little, just like trying not to be noticed.
Okay, I will let you do this.
Uh-huh.
Cynthia, roll me a perception check. Kell, roll me a stealth check at disadvantage though, because you did just save the day and help save the day, so everyone is looking at you.
Perfect.
And in the area.
Oh, baby, the dice. No, that's a nat 1.
Oh, Cynthia got a 9. So yes, Cynthia, you see the whole thing happen as Kell is standing in the middle of a crowd, all looking at him doing this thing. I mean, not everyone's paying attention. They don't really seem to care.
I was about to say, I was like, not everybody, but yeah.
Cynthia, you do see this happen. You what? We didn't catch that.
Keep that to myself.
Cool. Keep that in myself.
Okay. And as all of you are standing around, oh, Manuka, is there anything else you'd like to yell or do as you're standing on top of your mech?
No.
Just that hero pose moment?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And as the fireworks continue going off and your day comes to a close on Central Campus, walking through Archway Commons is Esme again, finally able to get through. And she looks up at the fireworks as the camera follows her view and pans up. It's an amazing sight. Said these fireworks can be seen anywhere on the plane. And as the camera pans back down to Esme, she's gone, and all that remains is a pile of golden sand that starts to be carried away by the breeze. And that's where we're going to end session 1 of Strixhaven after the fall. But before we go, everyone, one more time, tell us who you are and where we can find you. Let's start. We'll go the other way. We started which way last time? We started with Prince. So, yeah. Bully, tell us who you are, where we can find you.
Bully. I run stuff at Table Goth. What's happening at the time of this? Hopefully vampire things going up on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. Also, by now, we're going to have a little... I'll let Rachel talk about it more. We're going to have a little Twitch thing going on again. Ooh. And that's exciting. But yeah, go to Table Goth, YouTube. Check our stuff out there. Thanks, bye.
Wes.
Hi there, my name is Wes Franks. I am the creative director and founder of Carrying Comfort Studios. You can follow me on Twitter at ThirstTrapMoth, and you can also follow Carrying Comfort Studios over on Twitch and subscribe to us on YouTube. We have a bevy of content going on. We've got news for the latest TTRPG video game, movie, wrestling stuff going on. We have Late Night Comfort, which is an interview show that we're doing with independent creators and developers. Then we've also got, Good Game Well Played. Come watch video games. Comfort Sickle. Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War, Yaziba's Bed and Breakfast. We've got all of it, and we've got stuff coming out that's including these wonderful people and more. If you'd like to be part of the fun, then go ahead and hit us up on Twitch, and you can hop in our Discord, all that great stuff. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter, and that'll kind of tell you everything that I've got going on. Thanks.
Vin. Can't hear you.
I've been. Can't.
You're there now.
You're there now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness. I've been at VinVoxBA on Twitter. I'm a voice actor who does all these tabletop things. So catch me on Twitter and you'll see what the hell I'm doing next.
Rachel?
I am Rachel. Follow me on Twitter at Ms. Petty Dreadful. Catch me playing games with Bully on our new show, Goth GF, every Wednesday at 3:30 Central. We're going to be playing Stardew Valley. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Prince.
Oh, hi, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet. That's where you can find me if you go looking. I'm Dimples and Dice on all of the socials, except Facebook, because fuck that place. Let's see what I have today. Well, whatever. I don't know when this is premiering. So you can find me on my channel. You can find me in multiple places. Let's go in order. You can find me on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Eulalia, the Redfall themed D&D game, where I play with April Raygun. Or April's on that side of me on my screen, so whatever. You can catch me on Wednesdays for Cyberpunk Red at 7:30 p.m. over on Rollin' D's 20s, where I play a rocker boy who is disgruntled and probably going to get himself killed. You can catch me on Thursdays on Faeforge Academy at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for the Reclamation Project, where I'm playing a Minotaur who is slowly getting his groove back, though he's very, very old, and his son's soul is stuck in his sword. No big deal. And then on Saturdays, you can catch me multiple times. I am over on Vancouver by Night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Delve into Darkness, where I play Jack Cato, the Banu Hakim Assassin, and Seneschal of the Camarilla. And then last but certainly not least, nope, not last. I'm on Rolling These 20s, where I'm a storyteller for Philly by Night every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I am the DM, storyteller, GM, whatever you want to call me, for Dungeons & Dragons Wayward Revelry, which is a WoW Beyond the Witchlight campaign. It is off to a great start, and hopefully the Feywild won't kill everybody, because if it doesn't, the Shadowfell will. I said that out loud. That's all for me.
Oh my. And before we go, I would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Die Hard Dice, Session Zero Clothing, and 1985 Games. Thank the audience for watching, and again, thank the cast for playing. This is my first campaign, so thank you for sticking with it and being nice to us. And make sure you don't miss our other shows, including Morkborg Writes... Why did that... My computer got weird. I can't see half the things. Starting airing Fridays at 8 p.m. Alien and Anthology airing Saturdays at 8 p.m. And to learn more about Gehenna Gaming and what we do in our upcoming convention, Virtual HorrorCon, visit gehennagaming.com and virtualhorrorcon.com. And again, I am April. I have been your DM. You can find me everywhere as April Raygun. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your evening, day, whenever you're doing this. Good night.